Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rick from the Corn Life Network, and we are having an afternoon coffee talk with Tucker F. Upper and Sammie from Tucker's channel. It's right here, folks. We've got. If you want to take a look at this.
So sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I can't hear that. So I'm going to pull up his page real quick so you get an idea. You can take a look at it. This is Tucker's channel. Tucker Upper. He's currently sitting just shy of 14,500 subscribers, and we are going to. Oh, he's got a cat now too. So for the dream, we got cats too. But this is Tucker's page. So if you're not familiar with Tucker, take a look at his page. The guy has a deep page. Not only on his front page, not only do you see him on fire, you see him jumping off a roof. You see all that stuff. He's a trained stuntman. So we'll go back to this, and then I'm going to let Tucker tell you about himself, and Sammie too. So Tucker, you've been around on YouTube for a while, just not doing your own deal, but only the stuff with your brothers. I understand that. Tell me more about what you've been doing.
Okay. I'm not really believe in destiny, but if there was ever such a thing as destiny, it would be me, my brothers, and a video camera. So really we started, I don't know what year YouTube came out. I have no idea, but I guess my brother Ben got a video camera. It took a high 8K. Is this weird? The sound, or it's fine?
You're okay. Keep going.
Okay. So it was like, I'm trying to think. There's probably one in here. Probably not. He has like a bunch in his room, but he got it for Christmas, I think, when he was 8 years old. So literally since that day, he's had a camera pretty much ever since. Mm-hmm. And the first couple of things I started filming were obviously like home movies, kind of like acting mixed with like funny stuff. And then it's kind of evolved to what every little kid does, like get into trouble and do crazy things. You know, we grew up in a house that didn't allow television or computers, or it's weird because my parents didn't really let us use electronics, but when we were filming ourselves, it was always encouraged, which is kind of a unique way to grow up, especially in the society that we live in now, which little kid I know has.
Yeah. You know, what's crazy is I've watched you long enough to know that you don't have cable at the house. You don't have a lot of stuff. I mean, you kind of live like we do. We don't have access to media because I don't trust the media.
Yeah, well,
and I
mean, pretty much every single person in our society and in our world is totally 100% programmed by, propaganda through massive corporations, and we're force-fed daily the information that they want us to know. But we grew up and went to a Waldorf School, which was founded by a guy named Rudolf Steiner, who's actually, he founded pretty much a religion, and it's pretty intense. Like, the school doesn't want you to watch TV, and they teach you to your right brain instead of your left brain, which is pretty insane.
That's awesome.
Because it's all everything, the math classes, reading, everything is in some way based on part. Like, learning the alphabet is like a dance. It's actually called eurythmy, but I think literally before I even went to school, we were already using video cameras though. And I can remember we filmed a couple stunt things where like we piled up hay and like we were jumping face first off of like a little cliff because we grew up on a mountain in Pennsylvania, and we just thought it was awesome. And we would just rewatch it on first. And then Ben got this dual VCR where he could take clips from the tape, put them on one thing, so it was everything, and then he could take bits of that and put it on another VHS tape. So he was taking bits of everything and putting it together to create one edit, but kind of like very low grade amateur editing, but it was really awesome because there was only one version unless we copied it physically onto another tape, and we would show that around friends and stuff, and it kind of evolved into like, you know, everyone wanted to be a part of it because they thought it was funny too. And he created this thing. This is Ben who created Nub, my brother. He was on your guys' show a couple weeks. So he came up with this thing. It was called Nub. And, you know, we never were like the cool kids at school because we never conformed to any idea of what was cool. We kind of just did whatever we thought was cool ourselves. So he just put it like nobody's unlike Buddy was what it stood for originally. And that's like everyone gets accepted into our crew no matter what, because, you know, their reality isn't like, we didn't know that at the time, but I guess we kind of did on one level. Like, your social status doesn't determine who you are. Like, somebody's opinion of you does not have to become your reality, I guess is the best.
We are on the same page with this. It's more than funny how much I'm just amazed because it's I found you guys and I found you talking about this kind of stuff on your channel, and it resonated with me because I'm totally like that. I'm a right brain person, like almost completely, and so it sounds like the people that you glommed on were kind of like that joined this Nub, what became the Nub Nation, were just people that everybody loved. It's acceptance of everyone for who they are without any kind of judgment at all. And I didn't grow up a popular kid at all. I skateboarded, I surfed. And while that could be popular in California, it was very unpopular to be my own person in that group. So I get that. So what is your channel? Where do you? I mean, right now you've got this channel that's got all kinds of stuff on it. You know, you've got the you've got urban spelunking. I mean, urban stuff. Like you went to the tunnels under Philadelphia. That was amazing. All these abandoned places and stuff. Then your normal daily life with the scrap life, which is really super cool because that's like something that I had never really gotten into, but when I saw you doing it, it's like, wow, there's a whole different segment of people going out and making a living doing this. And it was great because it was like, I'm totally accepting of that, but some people think, hey, this guy's going through garbage. How do you deal with that? Do you ever get any comments like that?
What, like negativity?
Yeah.
I pretty much just let it go. Like,
right.
I used to try and like combat people on YouTube, but then I just realized I'm giving them exactly what they wanted.
Right.
And like, I just delete the comments or I just let it sit there. Or sometimes I literally just turn the comments from that channel off because I've blocked a few people, but I don't like to block people because then they're not watching my videos anymore. The next commenters are people who watch every video. So I'm just making money off them and people can't even see their comments if I turn it off.
Right.
But I don't care about anything. And like, it gets to me for like a minute, but you know, people's opinions don't really matter because they're just, I just even say on there, I'm like, you know, I would come back at you, but I'd only be, you know, being mean to myself because we're all one anyway. So
right.
Everything is one, really.
That's kind of how I believe too. I think we're all in this world together, and you start, people throw negativity and damage around. It doesn't only just damage or it doesn't, in my case, it doesn't matter. People could sit there and say, you're a freak or whatever you are, or as an example, I kind of got grouped with a bunch of people in the surfing community because I said I surfed at a certain spot earlier this week. So I kind of went crazy for a little while. And I'm just like, well, you know, I can respond to this or I can respond to it with love. You know, we go out there and say, you know what, that's okay. I'm really sorry what happened to you by these people. But, you know, let's just turn this to a positive. You know, I'm just going to throw the love out there, right? Because the answer for me is love. Love is the first thing you got to do. You got to love yourself. You got to love. You just got to love, man. I mean, that's where it all begins. The ultimate love, and loving yourself, and then loving other people. and then not letting the people who are negative get in there in the middle of all this stuff and ruin the love that you've got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally get it. Like, both me and Sammy and my family, everyone kind of like, what's your impact on the world going to be?
Right.
And I want ours to be positive. So sometimes, because it can get like too many, obviously, to an extent, but my ultimate goal is to, are you vaping right now?
Yes, sir.
You just got this vape?
Did she?
That's awesome.
Yeah, like
I'm smoking it so much because I just quit cigarettes like a week
Good for
ago.
you.
Congratulations. I quit in 2015 with the help of the vape. It's like a, I don't know. People have opinions about this too. Believe it or not, people can be negative about something that got me off of smoking.
Oh, yes. I've gotten it already. So
It's funny. It's like ridiculous because you're doing something better for yourself, and you're thinking, hey, I'm going to get off these cigarettes that are actually so much worse than this thing could ever possibly be. And they're like, oh, the vaping thing. Oh, that's really dangerous. And it's like, okay, would you rather have me smoking the cancer steak or the water vapor?
exactly.
That's where I'm at, man. I just not everyone's gonna like me. I get that. So I definitely think that this is what inspires me to watch your channel. We will literally sit there on a weekend and we watch all kinds of stuff from before you guys were together, and then as you got together, and then just this complete happiness that you guys have now afterwards, because you guys are like a kind of an inspiration, because you came together kind of in a rough way. I don't want to start with that, but you came together and then you completely went out and did what you loved and what you dreamed. And that's what we do here. I love to dream and then live the dream. That's what I do on YouTube, right? So you guys are out living the dream that I wanted. So I'm like thinking, I saw Ben, then I found you, and I found your brother Hob. and then I said, well, gosh, what would be the dream for me? What would be to do something where I got to talk to these people for like an hour a day and just kind of sat down and pick their brain. That's what I started off with, a vlog on YouTube. Then I started doing this show where I was actually just commenting on YouTube, and I found out that was kind of stupid because you're just commenting on YouTube, and because people care about YouTube and all that stuff. But what really mattered was the love for people. So that's why I got this started. I wanted to spend an hour with Tucker and Sammy. I mean, seriously, this is the dream, because where else can I have a platform where I could talk to people that I see on YouTube every day? I mean, you guys put out so many videos. I mean, it's like you're constantly filming, you're constantly dreaming, you're constantly putting all this out. So where are you going to go next with this? I mean, you've got big dreams. Where are you going next with this?
My goal is to just have 1 million subscribers each video. I mean, it seems unrealistic, but we grow every day, and the way people support us and kind of see that we're like actually trying to help the world, I think it's totally possible. And I'll never stop working. I mean, working together like every day for a common goal, like for our life together, is really amazing. Like I wouldn't want to do anything else with my time. So on off, like I was saying earlier, like yesterday, I guess last night, if someone gave me $10 million and said, you know, if you leave Sammy and never see her again, I'll give you $10 million, I wouldn't take money over. You know, money isn't the end game. It's about making a difference in my life first, because true happiness has to come from within. Right. Trying to put that happiness out into the world and showing people that there is a choice. Like, you don't have to, you know, bow down to society and become something that everyone else wants you to become. You can become your own person, and you can do whatever you want. And money doesn't have to come involved. Like, yeah, you need money to live, but you don't need a brand new car or a nice brand new house, or, you know, go out to the club every weekend. You could spend the little amount that you're making living your dream to just survive until it grows into something that you can be happy with almost every minute of the day, instead of being, you know, false happiness for the weekend and then miserable the rest of the week. I also wanted to say, like, my whole life, I felt like I was searching for something, and I found a lot through searching. Like, you know, everything I've done, I'm happy because I wouldn't change a thing. But when I met Sammie, the searching ended, and I was just totally 100% content to just live my life and just be with that person every day. And it's an amazing feeling to have because I've never had it until now.
Right. I totally get this. I met Brooke in August of last year. And I had, at that point, earlier in the year, I had been listening to all of you guys talk about your dreams, and everything became the dream. Everything was the dream life or the dream. And I was searching for it. And she'll tell you, the very first thing we talked about was the dream and YouTube.
And Ben Gravy.
And Ben.
And Tucker.
and Tucker and Hob. And I was telling her about all these people, and she didn't quite
Nub
get
Nation.
it. The Nub Nation. She didn't get this. But I fully fell in love with this whole idea of this one world love, this total dream, the dream. And this is, I'm living it now. I don't have any regrets when I wake up in the morning every day to do what I do. And I it's so good to hear. This is where I got this from, and it's so awesome to talk to you because it comes from the source. I mean, because you guys are there's other people living their dream. Like, I'll just mention Dumpster Marcus. That guy's out doing his dream, and he's awesome too. But you guys are blowing up because you spread the love everywhere. I mean, if you're on Tucker's channel, don't expect to find negativity. You're not going to find it. The very first thing you'll see most of the time of him walking out his back door onto his little deck, looking into his backyard, going, man, welcome to the universe. I am so lucky to be alive today. And when you start to think like that, when you start to think that this whole thing is one world, one love, one peace, then you start to get happier with yourself. When I changed it from a goal to do this and this and this and this and this and this to what I really truly wanted to do and where I wanted to be, I changed situations. I got out of a bad relationship. I moved here to this little town that I live in. I mean, totally for the dream. It's like a little town, awesome place. And I did that mainly because I was watching you guys. Because I got the dream. I got that. And I've got a shout out for you guys. A guy named Taco Stacks. You know Taco Stacks?
Yeah.
He's a total legend. He actually gave me shout outs before and got me some subscribers because he blew up real quick and he has mad subscribers now. So
wow.
We're the boys.
Yeah, he says heavy claims. That's straight from the boy.
He's a total legend. So
awesome. Yeah, it's funny. Since I had Ben on, I've been kind of publicizing this on YouTube and Twitter and all these places. The only place I didn't hit was Instagram because it's hard to get links in Instagram, I guess. But I've been getting so many people like commenting on my Twitter and stuff like that. Like, oh man, you're getting Tucker on, and it's like, yeah, it's like it's for the dream, man. That's what I totally wanted to do. And
look, you got to get low. We had to do it on here instead of the computer.
What's the claim?
Hey, bro, what's up? There's the man. How's Ben?
Dude, you can't close it. I need to keep it open for the phone.
Were you screen sharing?
Well, this wasn't working.
Well,
No,
yeah.
he might be, but lucky for him. No, I had my computer open and
Wait,
a
you
picture.
guys can't see my ass on there again. The computer's up, and since it's connected to his phone, all these pictures of my butt.
Nice.
We can't see that. But it's not like if you watch the vlog, you haven't seen your butt before, so because that's all about that's what Tucker's was all about at the beginning of that. I mean, there's a shot of Sammy.
It was the ocean.
It was the ocean. It was the ocean, and then there was the butt shots going to the beach. I mean, for the dream, dude. I mean, come on,
That is the universe for me.
Good
But
shot, dude.
going back to what you were saying, like life is almost a dream in itself. So like to not take every day like a gift is just closed-minded and stupid. That's a bad term to use, stupid, but it's stupid because when you're in a dream, when you're sleeping, are you thinking about like how everyone else views you and society? No, you're just in the dream.
Right.
So like your vessel, like your body is your vessel to experience this reality. Without your body, your soul can't experience what's going on here, and you only have so many days with that vessel because it rots and it's organic matter to experience this beautiful reality that you aren't able to experience when your soul leaves the body. So are you going to waste your time pursuing material goods? Or are you going to spend your time evolving your soul to the next level? That's the question you got to ask yourself.
Right. I mean,
Woo,
I don't know any other way that I can say that any better. I mean, I seriously, fuck, I just dropped my vape. I can't do that, man. I just dropped the batteries, all kinds of stuff. Great. But I couldn't say it any better way than you have. I mean, it's like, I mean, Ben's living the dream, you're living the dream, you're all talking about this stuff. Where did this come from in your life? I know you said school, but I mean, I see your mom all the time on both of your guys' channels. What kind? I mean, I really wanted to thank her because, dude, I mean, her and your dad, dude, they raised you guys right. They really did.
Yeah. Without my parents, I wouldn't be who I am, and I would have to say my mom for the spiritual part. My dad's extremely spiritual person too, but my mom's the one who wanted to send us to that school and all that. So I would say, yeah, it comes from my parents for sure. And then like one of my favorite writers, and he speaks all over the world, is David Icke.
Uh-huh.
And my dad actually bought tickets for me, him, and my other friend to go there 2 years ago. Yeah, it was in 2016, I think. And it's a 13-hour seminar where he explains all this stuff. So, you know, to have the support of my parents and to see how important it is to raise your kids that way. I mean, we wouldn't be who we are without them. So,
right. I mean, my mom and dad did the best they could, you know, and I had to figure out. My mom was really spiritual, fully spiritual, and she was a total right brain thinker, and my dad was a total left brain thinker, a banker. So there was a big separation. What my dad thought was what my dad thought was cool, and what I thought was cool. So it created some big rifts between, because I didn't identify with my father at all, and because he simply was, you know, a right brain person working with numbers all the time, and it was black or white. And life isn't black and white, man. I mean, life is like all different kinds of like magentas and purples and golds and stuff. I mean, that's how I see it. It's this glowing color of this rainbow of possibilities. And if you're stuck in a world where you're like, this is the way it is, black and white, you're missing out on so much. Because I mean, I could never live this. I've done everything from sell real estate, and I was a chef. Being a chef was something that I really enjoyed because it was creative. It was creative and I could mess with food. But when it got to the point where I was working with numbers and stuff all day, it became more of a white collar job. Man, I can't handle white collar jobs. I hate 9-to-5 gigs. And that's what you're doing. You're living your dream. I mean, the scrapping. Tell us about how you got into the scrap life, and then if this foreclosure clean out business that, dude, sometimes puts you really in the belly of the beast. I think that was my first comment to you, dude. You're in the belly of your beast, and you're like, yeah, I just got to get the footy, and that's what it is every day. But tell me about this scrap life that you've got going on, because that's really interesting.
Yeah. Well, I guess before I even had a car, I used to just, I guess the love of it comes from my mom, and my dad trash picks too all the time. He's a full-blown hoarder. He tries to act like he's not. He puts his hoarding blame on other people, but he has so much stuff. And then he tries to be like, oh, well, you can have that. And then when I try and get rid of it, he's like, well, that has to stay here. But either way, I used to ride around on my bike and pick trash when I was young, like 10 years old, 8 years old, and just bring stuff back. And then my mom had a shed in my backyard that was just there when she bought the house in Longport.
Yeah.
Mostly the trash picking was down at the beach. Even though we lived in Pennsylvania, we would come to New Jersey, to Longport, where we are right now, actually, in my mom's house.
Yeah.
Every weekend, pretty much, and in the summer. And there's a lot better trash around here because people are more like just rich and everything's more condensed. But I would just drive around, pick trash, bring it back, and then have yard sales out front of my house and put all the stuff in the back shed and just collect it. And then when I got my license, I started scrapping and just picking trash and scrapping. And then people started to know me that I would do it. So they would call me. And now it's turned into like pretty much I don't even pick up half the scrap I get called about because I'm too busy. And actually the scrapping evolved me into the foreclosure thing because my brother used to work at a surf shop in Margate, Heritage, that been sponsored by. And I was over there, I don't know, talking to the guy or something. And he was like, oh, I have all this trash in the back. I see you have a truck. Actually, I got stickers from my friend. He worked at a sign shop in Philadelphia, or it was like Camden, I guess. And he printed out these stickers for me just for like a joke. And it said Tuck Salvage on the side. Tuck Salvage Company. So we put the vinyls on my truck laughing about it. And then the guy saw him on there and he was like, oh, do you do like trash removal and stuff? And he was like, can you come get all this trash and metal? You could probably scrap the metal from the back of the surf shop. It's getting out of control. And we're getting all these orders in. It's summertime. Like they make a ton of money there in the summer.
Right.
So there's a real estate company down the street that my friend Joe, he's like, I don't know, he's older, like 50, 45, but he worked there at the time. And saw me doing that. And he was like, yeah, I have this opportunity. If you get your LLC and get a little like registered as a business, I could put you on some jobs just removing trash from places. Cause my friend's a bank agent and he does like foreclosure properties. So I kind of blew it off for a while. And then I saw him at the Christmas party there and he was talking about it again. Cause I guess his guy that he was using just bowed on him or something, or they got in some kind of fight. I'm not really sure, but I was like, yeah, whatever, blah, blah. And then I just really never thought anything of it. And he was like, dude, it's literally $100. He kind of pushed me to get the LLC. So I just bought it online and just registered my business. And then he sent me to go the first job to bid, he went with me actually and was like, this is kind of how you do it. Like, see what's there. Try and do it as cheap as possible. So the first couple of jobs I didn't really know. So I did them really cheap. And just started doing it. And he just started making money on top of me. So now literally he just gives me every job he gets to bid. And if we get it, we get it. If not, someone did it for real cheap because my prices are actually really good. But we love the hunt. Like, I mean, it's a lot of hard work for Sammy to be doing, but I don't know. You can tell him that you like going in there and looking at everything.
I do like going in there and looking at everything. I like the keep life out of the houses, like the stuff that we sell. It's fun. It's like going to a store without having to buy something and spend money. You know what I mean?
That's the best kind of shopping.
It's a little bit heavy, and it's an extra job when we have to fill the whole truck or Suburban, whichever car we have, with the stuff, and then bring it home and have to take it out and clean it and then find somewhere in the house to put it because we don't have any room anymore because we have so much in there.
Well, you had a garage sale this weekend that was pretty darn successful. Yeah. What was like $220 or something you guys made? 230
yeah.
Off a garage sale, stuff that you came upon during foreclosures, right?
All for free.
Well, we did another one. We haven't put that video out because we're behind. The editing just gets so heavy. But
yeah,
the city came there and was harassing us, saying we needed permits and stuff. But
yeah, they took our sign and brought them to the house as we were having the sale, and they were like, "Yeah, you need a permit and a license to have a yard sale." So we have to pay a yard sale in our own yard. But
yeah, of course, the government always wants their share, right? Somebody wants a license for everything. I mean, I just wish they'd get out of my life because I don't like them anyway. I'm like a total. I'm on the edge of being an anarchist because a complete minimalist.
I've been claiming anarchy for years. So
yeah, I mean, with this kind of attitude, with this anarchist attitude, people are scared of that kind of statement. I'm an anarchist because they're scared of what the government talks about anarchy. Of course, the government wants everyone to think that it's a bad thing to not want government, to not want borders, to not want all these things. But in actuality, the truth is that we anarchists have never started a war. We've never started a war. We've never committed genocide. We've never done all of these things. So who is the real problem? Who's the real problem? The government or us? You know,
the people. That's for sure. I
no.
mean, people think that we were founded on a democracy, but really we were founded on a republic.
Right.
For the people, by the people. If you read the Constitution, they actually changed a lot of it to incorporate the nation as a corporation. And the actual Constitution now is different than when they actually read it. But either way, the one they're even using now gives all the power to us.
Yep.
And I would say I probably would be a libertarian. That term, I guess, is what it's called.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Closest at than any. I mean, I don't vote, which people say is stupid, but I haven't in my lifetime since I've been 18 and able to vote. There hasn't been a candidate that represents any of my ideas at all. Right. So,
right.
I don't know.
I probably never will be.
If you look up, like you're saying, the true definition of anarchy, it's not so wrong.
No,
it's actually really a good. It's not government, but it's a good way. If it could ever work, in theory, in practice, it would be. But obviously, corruption. Ultimate power corrupts absolutely, or whatever they say. But
right. Well, I have a question for you guys from one of the 7 Blessings is someone who follows me, and I'll explain where all these people are coming from and why I do this here in a second. How do you guys separate YouTube in your daily lives? I mean, like, is there a boundary you guys have, or do you like you say, no, there's not, this isn't going to be in the vlog? Now I think I can answer this already. But where do you guys set boundaries, or does this just all fly?
There's pretty much hardly any boundaries. I can edit it later if I have to, but the only thing I keep out is other people's personal life that don't agree to be on film, which is sometimes if I'm filming someone and they say no, I cut it out later, or I just stop filming altogether. And a lot of people already know, like someone said, come pick up this guy from my house, but I don't want me or my house to be on film because they already know I'm going to film everything I do.
Yeah.
But really, I don't know.
Basically everything.
Yeah,
we film everything except for some of it's mostly over with now, but my legal issues, we didn't really film any of that.
Right.
But we'll explain it, or I'll explain it eventually when we make a little
video.
Yeah.
Well, we're planning a documentary about Sammie's addiction and her life and what she's been through and how she's come from where she was to where we are together, pretty much where she is and grown as a person. But we didn't want to put a lot of that information in videos because we want it to be like a 45. She was saying shorter, but I'm thinking like a 45-minute to an hour documentary about her life. Which,
right.
We're going to put all that in there eventually. Yeah. Hopefully.
I'll watch the whole thing. Yep. Seriously. Yeah. I mean, I watch all your, it's amazing that you can form such a connection with people through YouTube and through your life. Cause I see you're transparent. I mean, you're absolutely transparent. Just like Ben is, like I try to be, like Brooke is doing on her channel now. We're just showing up and being authentic, doing the things that we love to do in life.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's awesome to even meet people like you that understand being like that, because everyone wants to hide everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are doing wrong things behind the scenes, and maybe that's why they want to hide it. But I always said, I think it was Jim Carrey, he said it, risk being seen in all your glory.
Right.
Risk your failures and risk your flaws, because that's what makes you human.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm vaping, and I just, that vapor.
Vape a little.
I have been sucking this whole
So what are you gonna do for 20,000 subscribers? You jumping off a roof?
I mean,
a roof. You say roof so funny.
Yeah. Oh, do I? Well, it's probably my California accent. Roof. Right. Yeah. I'm originally from Southern California, so I talk different than anybody in Iowa, and it's certainly different than anybody in Jersey. But
Like a dog.
like a dog. Roof, roof, roof. So what's next for you guys? You're just gonna keep keep living the dream and go from there? I mean, I mean, you guys just got a house, which is awesome. I mean, that's really cool. And you're decorating it with stuff that you really care about, which makes it home. You just picked up 2 cats. Sammy, tell us about your love for cats, because we have 2 cats right now, and probably would have more if we could, because we're like in a rental place. I don't like owning things. But tell us about your love for cats, because that comes out so huge in the videos.
Well, I mean, I've said this. I explained it to our friend Nola. She's somebody else who watches us on YouTube, but she's like a friend of ours. So I don't know if you guys saw the video, but I kind of explained it, and he knows. I guess like when I don't know. I grew up in Ocean City. I ended up having to move from Ocean City to Summers Point when I was in like 5th grade. It was really hard for me. I guess my dad felt bad, so that Christmas he got me 2 kittens, and I had those cats because I lived in Summers Point from 5th grade till my first year of college. So all those years I had these cats, not the one Cece died, but Angel. It was a black cat. I had her all those years, and throughout high school, like, my dad worked a lot, so he was never really home. And whenever he wasn't working, he was at his girlfriend's house, so I was home alone a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that, for me, I guess filled a void. You know what I mean? Like, when I would come home, right. Like, I guess at that age, you never really explained to your parents, because I didn't know what I was feeling. Like, I need my dad. You know what I mean? I need my only member, because that's who raised me. So that cat filled a void, like a deep void, I guess, because I wouldn't feel so alone when I was at home. You know what I mean? Yeah,
totally. I mean, I have a thing for people who love animals. So like watching you guys, because like I'm an animal person. I have had them my whole life. My mom raised rats in our garage, mealworms for the lizards that we had. We had a whole menagerie at my house growing up, and so it's totally cool to see people who love animals, because some people are like, oh yeah, I got a cat.
Care, yeah.
And they don't care. It's like the cat can come by every once in a while, and they love on it. Brooke and I live with our cats. I mean, we've gone so far. It's like when I moved in here last August, we had this cat, Simon. Is it cool?
Yeah.
He started peeing on my stuff. Boy, like this is my woman. Stay away from my woman.
It was random.
Yeah.
It was kind of random, but it was like he was real. And then we started to realize
but first he had an infection.
Yeah,
and we got him on medicine, and then he kept doing it, and the doctor said he's like ticked at him.
He was totally mad at me.
Yeah, jealous.
And what's crazy about it is, and I normally wouldn't do this, but he started like destroying stuff in the house. I mean, like literally, like we closed the door on the bedroom, and he like totally tore up the carpet in like 5 minutes. So we're like, what do we do? What do we do with this cat? And they suggested medication, because we want to keep the cat. Well, it's impossible. We live in a rented place. We can't have him destroying our place. So we've actually gone out and got him on this like medication, and it's like people with mental illness. It fully helps him.
He's a different cat.
Completely different cat. And normally we tried everything to keep him off meds. But I know about mental illness, and I'm thinking, man, if this is going to make this cat feel better, if he's going to be more cool about that in life with it, and he's not going to be stressing out all the time that I'm here or Brooke's here or whatever. I think he'd come home from work and fully go crazy. He'd like run around scratching things and doing stuff. And we're like,
different?
He's totally different, 100% different cat. If we don't give him that pill, he goes nuts, like full on hyperactivity.
We just found one of our MJ, the one kitten, the brother has cat acne, which I didn't know.
What?
What the hell? And then he's an asshole, and he's like, like you, babe, and I'm like, thank you. But here's the biggest cat lover right here.
In here.
Hey!
Hi.
Miss Grave, it's a pleasure to have you on our show.
What an honor.
You have done such an amazing job. I kind of wanted to share this. This is why I'm interviewing your sons, because you're amazing. Because I see it on, you are totally amazing. To those of us who love them and know them, you resonate. You and your husband resonate this love for everything and everyone.
Wow.
And they take the praise because it's real. If you talk to anybody, you're famous on Ben's vlog, you're famous on Tucker's vlog, you are. People want to see your family. You've got all kinds of great things to say all the time. So it comes naturally for you. So it's pretty awesome to be able to talk to you, actually. I was kind of hoping I could actually get a chance and say hello. I'm the guy who sent the corn last year from Iowa.
Oh,
I'm that guy, the guy who sent the corn. And so I'm going to do that again this year because, of course, Iowa corn has to be eaten. I'm going to send you something. But I'm so grateful because your sons have basically changed my life. Ben and Tucker and Hob in his own way have changed my life by the way they live their lives. And I attribute that as a direct reflection of you and your husband. Of course, Sasquatch, I guess that we should call him, right? But
it is phone Sasquatch. When he calls, it comes up Sasquatch.
but that's awesome. I am so glad you're on. This is a complete surprise. I'm getting now. Is Hob gonna pop in, or is he working today?
Hobbs working. They're building walkways today. Actually, they're working.
Awesome. Well, I mean, he's living the dream too.
Yeah, and I think Naomi has changed Hobbs' life, so for the positive.
Oh yeah. And oh my gosh, the name is slipped my mind for the child. Rachel's amazing. We've watched her do her flower thing, her florist thing, and she's incredibly talented.
And Naomi.
Yeah, that's the name I'm looking for. She's an amazing child. I can't wait to see what happens as she grows up because I mean it's amazing. How does it feel knowing that you raise these three guys that are actually out there affecting? Ben's had 6 million views on his channel. Okay,
wow.
that isn't that heavy. 6 million views. As of a couple days ago, I was going through TubeBuddy, which is a tool that you use for YouTube, and it said 6 million views. So I messaged him and said, "Hey, dude, you just went over 6 million views." But how does that feel to have sons who are doing their own thing, living the dream, all different, but having such a profound?
It's really positive. We made a commitment when they were young to try to raise them without a lot of exposure to television and media and video games, and so that they wouldn't become numbed by violence, society's preconceived notions. And we also made a commitment to help them be able to use, their hard head and hands in an equal manner to give back. And I think a lot of today we teach to the head and we forget to teach to the heart and the hands. And I think that's what it's all about. And it's all about being able to give back. And if you just keep trying to get that message in from the time your kids are little, then I think at some point, hopefully it takes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the magic formula is, because I've had people ask me, a lot of people recently, like, what did you do to keep them centered, to keep them away from drugs, to keep them positive? And I said, I don't know what the magic recipe was. And I couldn't even tell you, like, if you looked at a room of them and their friends, how I would distinguish when they were little who was going to come out without being addicted to drugs and who was going to come out with this positive. I don't honestly know what it is. All I can say is we were always present, always straight. My husband and I have been sober for 34 years and just always involved.
Awesome. That's
our mind. Speak your mind. You gotta tell your kids what's up. You gotta speak your mind and not be. I'm never afraid. I was never afraid to, like, take something away or punish them. I wasn't afraid they weren't going to be my friend or weren't going to like me, that kind of thing. So I don't know.
Well, they obviously love you. And as
Well,
how do you,
circle. They didn't love me when they were 17.
no,
It comes full circle. You know, it takes a long time. They
right.
thought it was horrible when they were teenagers.
But you know, it's how do you like people like me, like if I were to come up on you in the street, gosh, you know what, Miss Grafe, I am totally thrilled, and you've told me kind of how you do this, but how does it affect you? I mean, you're obviously proud of your sons. What does that do to start seeing their success? And they're out there in the world doing YouTube. They had an MTV show, which unfortunately didn't air. They had all these things that were doing it. I mean, there's got to be a lot of pride. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm proud as a mother, but I also try to keep that in balance because I think, you know, humility is one of the greatest things that we can have. So
Right.
always try to remain humble and know that you're not better than anybody else. And no matter how many followers you have, every other person that you deal with is just as important as you are as a human being, no matter who they are and what their race is or where they come from. And that's, you know, always try to teach that respect for other humans and animals and know that, you know, we're just walk here for a few years. I mean, 80 years, maybe if we're lucky, and then, you know, pass it on. And, you know, we don't own anything. You're just trying to give back to other people the best you can so that maybe your message carries on in their heart. I don't know.
That's an awesome answer. That's an awesome answer. This shows through your sons. I mean, it totally does. They are it's, I mean, I look to them daily for inspiration. And so I'm finding you absolutely, as you have 6 million other people on Ben's channel. There's 14,200 subscribers on Tucker's channel, and that they're so completely humble, and you've explained why. And man, I'm telling you, I don't even know what to say. I didn't know you were going to be on the show at all, so I didn't prepare anything, and I'm just like, wow.
That's all right. I have to go anyway in a minute because my father-in-law's in the hospital, and I have to go.
How is Big Bob?
How is he?
Yeah.
He has an infection. He got a urinary tract infection, and I took him to the hospital last Thursday, and it wasn't looking good for a while. But I get over there and get kind of like a bear and just start asking a lot of questions and not making demands, but making some suggestions as to what should be done. And they seem to be taking care of him now. He seems to be, he's making a turnaround.
Excellent, because I mean that when I see that on Ben's vlog and Tucker's vlog, the love a lot of us share. I can't say everyone who watches these channels gets as much out of them as I do, but we like your holidays. I mean, Easter at Wawa, awesome. I mean, seriously, that is the best thing.
That was my mom's suggestion because I had to be at the hospital with Bob. And then everything that was closed like around us. So my mom was like, how about Wawa? And I was like, great idea, Mom. And everyone was like, all right, meet at Wawa. And
I have never been to a Wawa, but I'm going to seriously drive to Jersey just to go hang out at Wawa. Because I mean, seriously, I mean, anything you want at Wawa 24 hours a day, good coffee. I mean, you see that all the time. So I'm like, well, I didn't know what Wawa was. I'm like, what's Wawa? We don't have Wawa in Iowa. We have other convenience stores that aren't really as good, but you guys have turned Wawa into like a household name. I'm like, check this out. They're like, check out what you can get at Wawa. I've just said this to her a bunch of times because it's like the dream convenience store, right?
Yeah. Well, this is fun because when Ben was younger, he used to surf in the circuit.
Yeah.
So when it was Ben's turn, all the guys would stay at our house, you know, because they took turns, California, Florida, Hawaii. And the first thing that all these guys wanted to do when they came to my house is, can we go to Wawa? Mrs. Grafe,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah.
We hope to get to Jersey. We're getting married in November and or October, excuse me. It's coming faster than I planned. We're getting married in October and
October
20th.
Nice. That's my sister's birthday.
Right on.
Oh.
I feel blessed already. But yeah, we after that we're gonna make some trips, and I am looking forward to hopefully meeting all of you guys, because I've got to come to Jersey, because I mean, for crying out loud, the surf is really good. There's no surf here in Iowa, so surf's really good, and I feel like I've made a whole bunch of friends that live in Jersey. I see them online, so I'm like, I got to go to Jersey and not be creepy, like, yeah, I saw you online, but because I mean, you've got to have some weird stuff happen to you. I mean, people coming up and saying really odd things. Tell me a story that we haven't heard.
No, it's just sometimes people come up like in the grocery store, and they'll come right up to me and they'll be talking to me like they know me, and I'll say, oh, I have to take, like if I start a conversation maybe about my dog, of having to take the dog to the vet for a dental, they'll go, oh, Junebug? Yeah, we know Junebug. What do you mean? And then it's like, I say something about my daughter and they're like, oh, gee, yeah, does she go to school in New York? And I'm like, like they know stuff, and it's like so weird. And my daughter gets so weirded out too, and people come up and go, oh, hi, G, how's NYU? And she's just like, wait, I don't know this person. How do they know me?
Well, we they're so transparent that your lives show through every day, and I'm so stoked that you're on this show, because I had no anticipations at all of this, so I'm like completely stoked to be talking to Miss Grafe. And so yeah, it's the dream. This is the part of the dream. But what I've got to say now is basically we've got to close this out, because I code my shows to about an hour, and I don't want to hold John here any longer than you have to be, because you've got real lives to lead, right?
Yeah.
Right
now, actually.
Well, we'll end the show, and I want to say thank you to all of you guys for being you, for being transparent, for loving each other and loving the world. You.
All right.
See you guys later. Tuck, I'll message you after this, okay?
Yeah, I was gonna
Thank you
send
so much.
a print of the sticker that's on your computer too.
What did you say?
I'm gonna send you. Can you see me still?
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you one of these prints
They're bigger than.
Oh, awesome.
That's awesome.
to thank you for putting us on, because it was rough.
Oh, thank you. Because
So
I have one on my car. I bought two from you, as you know. And I have one on my car and one on. I have a sort of Ben sticker, actually. I have Ben sticker, which I need to replace with a new one because it's faded. And I've got this one. Tell Ben to get some high quality stickers. Like, go out and get really high quality stickers, because this one you sent me, serious good quality.
Yeah, well,
Serious.
he's ordering them from some. He should have been ordering from his own friend. That's where I got it. He was ordering. But I wanted to say thank you, because like I don't interview myself ever, so like you ask me questions and I dig deep into my head and really think about what's important, and doing stuff like this really helps me to realize things like how important Sammie is, or my family and my life. And going home after this and just relaxing with Sammie is going to be much better than if we never did this. So thank you.
That's heavy, dude. That's serious. That's from the bottom of my heart. I hope to meet you guys. I already consider you friends, and that's strange for a world of the internet. But you guys, if you're ever in Iowa, you're always welcome here.
Yep.
Always welcome here. Wedding invitations may be coming your way. Just ignore them, but they're coming your way because you're going to get them, because you're my family. I don't have much family, so.
Well, a wedding, so that'd be cool.
What was that?
I've never been to a wedding, so that'd be cool.
Never been to a wedding?
You're fully invited. I'm just going to throw that out there. You guys are all fully invited. I told Ben I was going to invite him. You guys can come if you want to as well. Ottumwa, Iowa. You'll see a part of the country you've never seen before if you come. It's a beautiful place. But you're all invited. But
that's appropriate.
This is a shout out from Rachel Potter. Legendary. Totally legendary. So there's all these buzzwords that go on, and I'm always talking them too. Or like, what's the claim? And all this stuff. It's like you guys spend so much time with this vernacular, and all of a sudden I'm talking like you.
We have 2 words we say.
Heavy.
Heavy is 2 words.
2 words now.
Like-
Heavy.
That could be 2 words.
2 words. Definitely 2 words.
Heavy.
You're right. But I gotta let you guys go because I'm so stoked. But I mean, you've got to go to the hospital, and we have to eat dinner. But I could talk to you guys for another few hours, but I can't. So
Thank you so much.
for the dream. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.